What is up, Savages? Hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for tuning in. I ran a Twitter poll and to find out what we were going to be looking at tonight, and a pumping privacy coin won by a fairly large margin. So we are going to be looking at Loki tonight, right after this. Welcome to the SavageMine YouTube channel. If you are new here and want to learn more about crypto mining and crypto projects, you can get an almost daily dose of it just by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell right now to subscribe and notify so you don't miss out on anything. Also follow me on Twitter as well, because over there, like I said, I do polls and things like that, to help determine what is going on and what we'll be covering on the channel that night. Let's take a quick look. Oh, and I also have Discord. I'm going to start mentioning this only because it's a good platform for getting support and things like that. So I do have Discord, so hit me up over there. It looks like this. I think my link is over there. I want to say I have a link over in, right here. There's also a link to the Discord there. So be sure to hit me up over there, join the Discord server and all that stuff. Let's take a quick look at what I am mining currently. Everybody always wants to know. I don't change it very often, so it's kind of repetitive here lately, but I'm mining Rio still, and I'm also mining Monero XMR using the CPU of those two rigs that you're looking at here. All the GPUs are dedicated to Rio, and then the CPU on that rig is dedicated to Monero. And like I've said before, it's look at the hash rate, it's super low, so it's going to be pennies a year, it's not a big deal. But I set it up and I just kind of left it that way. It's not hurting anything. I don't believe it's using much more power or anything like that, so it's not a big deal. Let's also look at the market real quick. I know BTC went down to, I want to say they dropped down to almost 9,500. It was like 96 something today. Had a little quick little bounce there. ETH is looking pretty good. And yeah, not too awful much going on over there. Nothing too crazy. Let's look at CoinMarketCap. Do a refresh here. BTC dominance pulled back a little bit, I think, since yesterday. I want to say it was at 68 something. Volume is looking pretty good. Volume was only 60 something yesterday. Market cap doesn't look too much different. So what that means, if BTC dominance, simply put, if BTC dominance is pulling back, volume is up, and market cap doesn't move that much, typically that's going to mean that money is flowing into the alts, which you kind of see that. You see some action on Ethereum and probably some other alts in here. Yeah, you see, you can kind of see where stuff is going. In the top 100 anyway. All right, let's blast through my top 10 here real quick. Let's go CCX. They're hanging around 22 cents. Raven down a little bit, but still up over 3 cents pretty well. Swap up a tad. Rio down just a little bit. Still low volume on them, but they're a micro cap, I think is what they're called. So and I would consider that to be real volume because they're only on a couple of exchanges, and super low cap. So sometimes you'll see other projects with a whole lot, like a vast disparity between the different exchanges and how much volume is on each exchange, and you can kind of look at that as something weird going on because like wash trading and stuff like that. So look at Loki. Loki's had a heck of a week. They are currently up 20% almost today, or in the last 24 hours. Let's look at Zell. Zell's hanging around 8 cents. Look at Vail. Even. And then Arrow is the next one that's not on CoinMarketCap. And then you got Bitcash. Up a little bit, that's good to see. And then AION. Down below 8 cents again. AION peeps, what's going on? All right, so let me know if there's anything in the chat that you guys want me to look at. This week I had mentioned on Twitter possibly doing some more content on Loki, and literally the next day, so I do a Miner Monday, a little post that I do every week, and I did a Loki edition, and this was on the 16th, right, so Monday, and you know, tag these folks or whatever, and the very next day it pumped 300%. At some point. I mean, it did draw back obviously, but it did a lot of pullback after that. I think I want to say it still ended the day up 100%, but yeah, kind of crazy. I don't put too much, you know, value in the whole Savage pump thing, but it's eerie how it works, because sometimes. You know, another example was, I think I mentioned this the other day, it was eGem. I did a video on eGem, and then like within a week they were on What to Mine, they were listed on CoinMarketCap. You know, it was like this just snowball effect kind of thing. It's just kind of funny, but Loki is one of the projects, it's been on my list, you know, my top 10 list forever, but I haven't done a whole lot of content on it. I think I did one previous how to mine video. I believe it was just one. So I figured I would, you know, maybe do a little. I knew that they've got some stuff coming up. You know, they've been working for more than a year on the project, so I kind of felt like it was time for something to start happening with them. Usually about the year mark, it seems like a lot of things start happening with projects that are hard at work and, you know, developing stuff. So more than likely it was more of a Tika Tawari reference to Loki. This was, I guess he does conferences and things like that. I'm not too familiar with him, but he's got what appears to be maybe like a paid group or something, and it seems like he actually mentioned Loki at some point. I don't know if it was in this webinar or if it was you know, in like some type of open forum or some type of presentation somewhere or something. I don't know. But the other coin that he did list was Link. I believe that was his #1 pick. I believe they mentioned it in here. Yeah, right here. The coin he publicly recommended was Link. And then the other ones he didn't share. But I'm assuming, even though this was written on the 19th, I think that the actual webinar was earlier than that. So it could have been something to do with that. Now, obviously, people like to point to a single thing, right, that makes something happen. And it's never like that. It's always a combination of things. So long story short, my Savage bump in that webinar might have done it. I don't know. Just kidding. But tonight let's look at Loki. Quick reminder, none of my videos are sponsored in any way. It's just me chatting about projects that I'm interested in, and that's it. It's just me pressing go live and yapping about stuff, and that's it. There's no sponsorship here. There's no like anything going on in the background or nothing like that. This is just me talking about something that caught my eye at some point, and in this case it was Loki. So let's look at a couple of quick recent news and happenings. They do have a security alert. I think you might have seen that on Discord over here. Actually, if I go here, right here, they talk about it. If you're using the Loki desktop wallet, they're talking about immediately update to version 1.2.4. I'm sure they're talking about the Electron wallet. The other one, I think that they've kind of abandoned. So not abandoned in a bad way. It's just that they've upgraded. Apparently there's a nasty bug that causes a high priority transaction fees to be a lot more than intended, right? So if you're paying for, if you have high priority selected, then, and you're not paying attention to how much it's charging you for that, then it looks like it would be too much, like way too much, apparently. So they want you to upgrade your wallet, and we'll probably do that. I have the old one actually, so you can see right here 1.2.2. So I need to upgrade mine, so I figured we could do that during the stream as well. So we might as well go ahead and knock that out. Let's go ahead and head over to, let me check the chat, see what's going on in there real quick. What's up, Crypto Jason and Red Panda, if you're still in here? I know that was a little bit earlier. What is going on? Okay. First thing we'll do is update our wallet real quick. So let's go to Loki.network and validate, make sure that everything looks good in here. Valid certificate and all that. Make sure that we're on the right website. We're not being redirected in some way. It is Loki.network. Then we're going to go to, I don't even know how to get there. Maybe wallets, docs, and then wallets. This is actually docs. So let's go back over here. Somewhere over here it'll be. It's just down here maybe. Yeah. So you just scroll down on that first page there. We're going to scroll down a little bit. We're going to go and grab the Windows wallet. Just throw it in there and downloads. And that is the Electron wallet. I don't know if you can see that or not down there. Probably not. Okay, it looks like it's done. All right, then we're going to, actually I gotta close mine, close this. I don't know if y'all can tell, but they forked off of the Rio wallet. Probably lost you there for a second. I'll be right back. There it is. I'm just going through the install here. That's where my wallets are, so that's good. I'm just going to install it to the same place. And normally, you know, I would take a little bit of a more secure step, and I would probably, I actually skipped a step because I think I'm kind of rushing, but I would have backed up my wallet, which I already did. I did previous to this stream. So in my mind, I was thinking I've already got a good backup, so I don't need to do that. But if you're going to be upgrading your wallet, be sure to get a good backup of your files. And in this case, the Electron wallet uses those .keys files. And you know, you kind of have to figure out where it puts them. I think by default, it puts them in your documents, Loki, I believe, by default. So that'll be where your wallets are by default. So in this case, I have them out on a different drive, and I'm just going to, so that's where I installed the wallet to. Actually, also, it's actually in the same spot as the keys, or as my wallet files. So I'm going to run that. Now it says 1.2.4 up here. So that looks good. All right, and it looks like it pulled everything over. You know, it just, whatever the folder is or whatever the registry setting is for where it stores wallets, that's where it's going to look. And we covered those in previous videos. If you want like a lot more information about this particular type of wallet, then look at my Rio wallet videos. And actually in those videos, I actually say Rio instead of Rio. But in those videos, it's pretty in-depth as far as this wallet is concerned, and backing it up and where it stores files and where it's at in the registry and all that stuff. So I'm not going to get into that tonight, but if you're interested in that kind of thing, or if you're troubleshooting a wallet, then those are really good videos to watch. Pretty in-depth type stuff over here. So let's see if I can find those videos real quick. Yeah, like it talks about the ATOM wallet right here, and that's basically the same wallet as this right here. So it operates very similar. So there are a couple of videos on the ATOM wallet. I think this is the one that goes through most of the troubleshooting and stuff, I think. Actually, no, this is just install and config. This is the one that goes through a lot of the wallet. This 54 minutes long. So, all right, enough of that. Let's press on. So now I've got an updated wallet, so that's cool. So what exactly is Loki? We are going to go over it. It's going to be more than just mining. I'm going to go over what it is really quick here. Shouldn't take too long. But their tagline is trade and communicate with absolute freedom. So Loki is a Monero code fork focused on the creation of a suite of privacy software products, such as a messenger Loki network with incentivized service nodes and service node apps. And Loki is all about privacy, and the snaps, these service node apps running on the network, could end up being almost anything you can imagine, such as social media apps, forums, marketplaces, you name it, sky's the limit kind of stuff. Just your imagination is your only roadblock there. The goals of the team and the goals of Loki lean toward completely private interaction with the internet using many types of platforms. I remember the first time I was exposed to Loki was their launch announcement video at Melbourne Blockchain Center presentation by Key Jeffries and Simon Harmon, a couple of the devs. And what really sparked my interest about Loki was when Key was describing the oppressive government censoring communications, and that was basically what caused them to create Loki. And that has always kept me interested in the project because of that particular statement right there, So let me, so I can show you what I'm talking about here. Let me get to that, and I'll actually play this, and it's only a few seconds long, and then we will press on with other stuff.
We need Loki. This is like one of the most.
So that little spiel right there is kind of like, wow, it kind of grabbed me. I'm like, okay, I'm in, right? So kind of cool, basically saying that that's what the project was about, which kind of goes along with what crypto is all about to begin with, right? The whole being your own bank and all that stuff. Not that everybody wants to be their own bank. We talked about that a lot, but so I just figured I would play that real quick. Kind of neat. And Loki, in that same presentation there, you know, people were asking, it's kind of funny to think back, you know, that was like last year, summer of last year, I think. And they were, no, it was spring of last year. So they were, you know, people were asking like, what is Loki? And Loki is just a play on words. It's low key, right? It's not Loki, the god of mischief, right? So it's kind of neat, you know, that it's like that, even though it sounds like that. So kind of neat stuff. Yeah, so this is what it actually means, low key, or what it references. I had this up earlier, but I guess I deleted it. Probably closed it. So Loki was announced on February 25th of 2018, and if you remember that time frame, if you were around then, it was a devastating market downturn, and it's important to note that the Loki devs chose a Monero fork over the super hot ERC20 ICOs that dominated the scene at the time. You know, that shows some solid commitment and integrity, not just you know, getting wrapped up in all the ICO hype that was going on at the time. Being a fork of Monero, it also allows Loki to inherit the privacy features associated with CryptoNote-based projects. And April 2018 was the mainnet release. As far as the projects that it includes, some of the features and projects, Loki's main product is LokiNet, and their other offerings ride on top of that network. Straight from the website, it says Loki is a unique blockchain enforced and incentivized mixnet, and where you can browse the internet anonymously, visit and host private websites, all without exposing your identity or IP address. So again, back to the whole government's, you know, looking and privacy and all that stuff. You know, that's what this is all about. So you guys know I'm a big supporter of privacy projects. They even have their own snap, their initial snap, which is called Loki Messenger, and this uses LokiNet as well. And Loki Messenger is a decentralized end-to-end encrypted messaging application for all platforms. They actually talked about it in that initial, it was going to be basically their first, you know, application on their network. It was part of the initial plan, you know, the initial roadmap and all that. They've had a couple recent updates, and I think that they are getting things ironed out with the messenger. You may be thinking, we already have encrypted messaging, you know, like what's the big deal? Why is a messenger, you know, going to be important? But those encrypted messaging platforms that we have already are centralized, and Loki Messenger is decentralized, and it's going to use those service node apps, the snaps, or I'm sorry, the service nodes. It is a snap by itself. So the snaps, these service node applications, allow you to host hidden private web applications inside of LokiNet. That's their main purpose, and this is just right from their website here. Let's see here. I can get back over there real quick. Yeah. So you know, with snaps, you can build censorship-resistant social platforms, news sites, marketplaces, and other communities. The possibilities are endless, like it says right there on the website. Also, the service nodes, they do all the heavy lifting on the Loki network, and they get, you know, rewarded for that effort. And with the service nodes, you can host services, run snaps, and browse the LokiNet. Get paid to make the internet a more private place. And as far as mining goes, mining information, the algorithm that they use is Kryptonite Random XL. And I believe that they're actually kind of calling this, let me see here. We'll go to miningpoolstats.stream real quick. Yeah, they're calling it Kryptonite Random XL, but I think that some places you'll see it as random X Loki, I believe is what you might see it listed as. So just keep that in mind. They've got 2-minute block times. The block size is dynamic. The block rewards are a little heavy on the service node side, in my opinion. Remember, I think we talked about this with Zell and how Zell was basically 75% proof of work mining and 25% all the other stuff. Well, Loki has 50% to service nodes, 45% to miners, and then a 5% governance fee. And that's one kind of a negative with me, but the reason that it's like that, if I was to play devil's advocate here, is simply because the service nodes are going to play such a critical part in the overall infrastructure and capabilities of LokiNet as a whole, right? So it's not just securing it, it's also doing a bunch of other functions. So, you know, I would have to say, I get it. Okay, fine. You know, the current block reward is 13.53. Again, that's dynamic as well. So let me check the chat again real quick. And what's up, Fold'em, Space Goats? What is up? And then what we'll do is we will just blast right into, we'll use the good old faithful spreadsheet here, and we will go through the process of mining this thing. I probably have quite a bit of information, or, you know, like I think I have flight sheets and all that stuff already. So what we'll use is the Scarif rig, since it's AMD. And let's see, do I have a wallet? We can use this YouTube demo wallet here. We'll use that address. You don't even have to go into it to get the address. You just have to click on it, I think. Or actually, you know what? That's one thing that they changed between the Rio wallet and this one. Whenever they forked it, it looks like they took away the little copy button over there, but on the Rio wallet, there's a copy button and you don't even have to open the wallet to get the address. I don't have a password on this demo wallet. All right, so now you have to go into the wallet to actually get the address. All right, but let's just follow the spreadsheet here. I was getting kind of ahead there. So the name of the coin is Loki. Ticker is Loki. Algorithm is Kryptonite Random XL, or you might see it as Random X Loki, something like that. All right, block time, we said that was 2 minutes. The reward right now is 13.53, I believe. And then for the pool and the port, if you want to go to miningpoolstats.stream, I think I went here earlier, and Mine Together has, you know, a lot of the hash rate. So I would probably go, if I was going to mine this for real, I would probably go with Hero Miners or maybe even Hash Vault or Miner Rocks, one of these three right here. In this case, we'll go with Hero Miners. I'm going to click on Start. It has the information that I needed over there, but we'll just go right here. So North America and Canada. So that's going to be our URL, full address. And then we are a multi-GPU, which isn't even listed over here, because this is mostly for CPUs, right? Because it's random X. Isn't that the way it works? We'll see how this works here. We'll try 10,112. Something like that. And then our receiving address was here. Wallet method is desktop, Electrum. All right, let's go to CoinMarketCap. All this stuff here, the items that are in white, or actually the items that are grayed out a little bit, those are just kind of nice to have, good to have information about the project that you're mining. Just kind of good, and then there's some reference stuff down here as well. But the information that's not grayed out is pretty important. I mean, you know, you really need to know what the project name or the coin name is, and the algorithm, of course, and definitely the pool port, and definitely a receiving mining address, and then some other options down here that you'll need as well. So let's head over to CoinMarketCap. I know we already did this earlier, but we'll quickly look this up. We didn't document hardly anything here. So what was I needing? I needed USD value. That's right here. 32 cents. I was so used to saying, you know, on this show, you've heard me say it a bunch of times, like, hey, yeah, Loki's like stuck in that 16-cent range. You know, now look at him. Kind of crazy. What do we need next? We need market cap. Again, this is just documentation, just good to have, you know, for like a point of reference over time or whatever. Volume. I think that's quite a lot of volume for them. Max supply. So they don't have a max. I think that's pretty normal. And then they have a circulating. I don't know if I have that listed on here or not. No, I don't. That's okay. I'll just put circulating in here. That's not right. Doesn't matter. All right, and then the rank, CoinMarketCap is 197. Nose is going to start running for some reason. Let's check out what to mine. This is where you can get, you know, a lot of the information that we just covered as well, block reward and all kinds of stuff like that. It's also a profitability calculator if you're into that kind of thing. And then from the miningpoolstats.stream down here at the bottom right hand section here, oftentimes they'll have some good links, you know, to different things. And in this case, we wanted to go to the Bitcoin Talk announcement thread, which I already have it open. So I'll just pull it from here. Just documentation, that's all this is. The date was February 25th of 2018. Website is loki.network. They probably have mining help website. I would say that I would probably hit up their Discord. That's probably the best place, most likely. So they have mining info here, announcements. They probably have some type of mining help over here as well. General help. So yeah, I would hit them up over here. I'll just put Discord as their mining help website. All right, for miners, we're going to use XMR Stack, I believe. We'll have to double check that. And then we'll look at overclocks and things like that as well. All right, cool. Check the chat real quick. See what you guys are up to. So only 2 people watching. Y'all are crazy. All right, I don't know what's going on with the market and everything. Viewership and all that junk. All right. All right, so let's go to Hive OS, and we are going to create a wallet. Actually, I probably already have a Loki wallet in here, but we're going to create a new one for the demo here. Type in Loki. the receiving address. That's the YouTube demo address. What's up, Wes? Thanks for tuning in, man. It's only a couple y'all in here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe 3 now. All right, so we'll go Loki, YouTube wallet. Sounds good to me. All this other stuff is not going to be available to us, I don't think, with this particular coin. You know, if you're mining ETH or something more popular, you can get some of this stuff. Although the global wallet, that's for multi-farms and things like that. But as far as the balance goes, I think that you have to be one of these on one of these blockchains in order for that to work, and then plus these pools. So, and I actually have it work. I had it working for. If you look down here, there was one of them that we set up. Yeah, right here, ETC. Whenever we did ETC, you can see right here that it's got more information in here, and you know, if you let it run, if I was mining ETC, then it would have like the balance and stuff like that in here, which is super cool. That's really neat that they did that, you know. They enabled that feature. Okay, so we created the wallet. Now let's do a flight sheet. Back to Loki here. Wallet. Oh, did I not? I didn't click OK on that. I didn't add it. Yeah, that's what I clicked off of it without clicking add. Okay, my bad, my bad. Make sure that there's nothing crazy in here. These long addresses. Make sure there's no spaces or anything like that in there. All right, name was Loki YouTube, and then create. Okay, so now we got the wallet created. Now let's go to flight sheets and Loki. Wallet is Loki YouTube. The pool we chose was Hero Miners, right? So if we choose Hero Miners, because it's already in here, this is another cool thing about Hive OS, is because it's already in there, and there's going to be some settings that are really easy to get because it's going to fill out a lot of the information for us. We're going to go with Canada multi CPU, I believe was the right one. I just click that, and then now it put it up there. That's the selected pool servers. And then we're going to click apply down here. And then whenever we choose the miner, oh, it has XMRig. I wonder why they did that. So for this pool, they want you to use XMRig, but you could. I might be messing up here, to be honest. I probably should have did a little bit of research on this, but everything is pointing me to CPU. But I think you can still. I don't know. Throw me something in the chat here. Is this even? Because I haven't mined Loki. You saw these. Well, actually, you can't see. I was going to show you that it's been like 8 months since I mined it, and back when I was mining it, it was before they. You know what? The last time I did it, it was Kryptonite Turtle. So my point is that I don't know if we can even do this, but we'll try it. We'll see what happens here. It's only going to use CPU though, apparently. So I guess you can't even, how can I find this out really quick? If I go to the pool, it only references CPU. So is random X Loki only for CPUs? It must be. So I don't even know if this is going to work. That's funny. All right, let's just rock on with this thing. We will just go ahead and choose XMRig. We're going to click Setup Miner Config. Yeah, this is what I was talking about down here. It was random X Loki. I told you might see that in certain places. We're going to leave it as all the default and just see if it works. Give it a name of Loki YouTube, and then create flight sheet. And then we are going to go to the, I mentioned the AMD rig, but I guess it doesn't even matter if it's CPU only. So we're going to go with that rig there. We'll go to the rocket. We'll click on Loki, wherever it's at. Probably looking right at it. There it is. And YouTube. And then apply. Let's see what is going on with this thing. It's shutting the miners down right now, and I probably should restart it, but we'll see. Yeah, I was doing all this, you know, like a little bit of research on the, you know, information side of it, and not so much on the mining side of it. So this is like real-time stuff. I didn't like practice or anything like that, so it's kind of funny to see what is actually going to work here. Wonder if there is. See, they haven't even updated this. So right here it says Kryptonite Turtle. It says you can use XMR stack and XM rig. So that's interesting. I want to say that they forked this algo a month or so ago, maybe a little bit longer than a month ago. Okay, so it is mining Loki, but remember, this is CPU only, and it is trying to do this on a standard rig, which a standard GPU rig, which is a you know, Celeron. Actually, this rig actually has a Pentium 40, was it 4400? So it'll be a little bit better than this other rig, but yeah. So we're mining at 884. Let's see, how can we see? Let's do this. Head over to simple mining. Oh wow, I got a rig offline too. Ain't good. Let me. This is kind of a shortcut to finding out if you have simple mining. You can just find out kind of quickly what miners work with certain algos and stuff. So without having to really do a lot of Googling or anything like that. So it looks like it's possible that it must be CPU only. They don't have anything over here. I mean, that would make sense. That's interesting. Good to know. See? Learn something new every day. Now see, they still have yeah, I probably should have ran through this before just to test, but I wasn't even thinking about it. I was more focused on the information than the actual mining part. So that is cool to know. Yeah, wicked. All right. again, I actually tweeted about this too. I want to say that it was part of that. Let's see here. If I go down here. Right here I said, I have not been keeping up with Loki that much, even though I've kept them on my top 10 list. So as always, do your own research. So it's true. I mean, I literally have not been keeping up with them that closely, right? And I mentioned that a bunch of times before. It's on my top 10 list, but it's hard to even keep up with 10. You know, I've talked about that, you know, dropping that 10 down to 5, you know, and yeah, it's rough. Okay, cool. Good to know. But it does say right here, GPU or CPU. But it just looks like they just haven't updated their website. All right, so what we can do is we can come over here and look at somewhere on here. There should be where I can put my address in here. What was my hash rate actually? It was really low, I know. 884. Trying to get to where, yeah, here it is, okay. Yeah, so you can see that there's hash rate showing up on the pool, so that's good. Just not very much. There's a rig name there. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it. So maybe I'll do some more content on the different service or the different features and things that they're working on. Because I do like the project, and it didn't fall off my radar, or obviously because, you know, it was still on my list. I just had not been staying like on top of it. You know, some other things going on and stuff, so that is neat. So that's gonna do it for me. I don't know who else is still in here. Is it just US? No, there's actually 5 people watching. Oh wow. So that is gonna do it for me. I guess I will. Tomorrow night is going to be. It's the 20th, which on the 20th, you know, these rigs over here, the shared rigs, these 2 rigs, are co-owned. So on the 20th, we always talk about, we meaning the owners always get together and talk about what we're gonna mine with them. You know, the next month. We usually do it once a month. We look at it once we decide what we're going to mine, and it's been CCX since March. You know, once we decide, we leave it on there for a month. I think it's really, I've talked about this a bunch, but I think that it's really inefficient to like constantly mess with your rigs and jump on the new hotness and all that stuff, and it's nonsense because, you know, if you base if you're not trading the coins in that day, like if you go to what to mine and just mine on what, you know, what's at the top for that day, if you're not trading in, you're not doing any good. Plus you're probably wasting time troubleshooting, setting up the miner, you know, having crashes and unstable rigs and all that stuff. So anyway, so we put it on there for at least a month. And so tomorrow is the 20th, and the 20th is the day of the month that we reevaluate and try to figure out what we're going to do. You know, chances are it's going to stay on CCX, but I go through the mining wallets and figure out, in this case CCX, and figure out, you know, electric costs and how much of the rewards go towards electric, and because I'm paying for the electric, and then how much is left over, and then there's like a spreadsheet that I use. So it's kind of interesting. I've done one live stream about it before, a little bit of the money side of mining, I guess you could say. So not that there's like a huge amount of profit or anything, because there's not. Last month we were actually pretty negative after paying for electric, and we had a couple of components. Remember, I don't know if you remember, I had to buy that 1 to 4 USB PCIe to 4 USB adapter. That was like $24 or something like that. And then there was something else I think I had to buy, but not to mention the time, you know, keeping the rig up. Like you look right here, you know, there's one of them down, and I didn't even know it until I clicked over here. So now I'm going, after the stream is over, now I have to go troubleshoot this and figure out what it is, right? So, you know, that stuff, I'm not charging for that part of it. You know, I probably should be, but I'm not, you know, and yeah, so, but anyway, that's what we'll be covering tomorrow night. Should be kind of interesting. It'll be a Fireball Friday kind of thing also. So I'll have my sweet tea and Fireball drink going, and hopefully everybody else is, you know, relaxed, and we can just have some fun and talk about crypto and go over the spreadsheet and the money side of mining and all that stuff. And I don't know, kind of interesting. I'm just rambling. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for everyone that stayed in the stream and watched this nonsense. It's kind of funny that we found out that, you know, at the end there, that it only works on CPU now. I'm going to do some other goofing around and looking into it, because that kind of like caught me by surprise. But I guess it makes perfect sense now that I think about it. But because I remember them forking. I'm just totally rambling. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Stay savage.